What are you proud of, Marie? Because
How
hello.
did I say this on stream? Don't you fucking dare! I swear to God.
Are we live?
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Yes, we are.
If you haven't noticed already, we have a full house, and we've been talking about some very strange things before the cameras started rolling. But that aside, we are in the world of D&D now. You've joined us for our weekend campaign. Oh, not weekend, weekday. Guys, you've really fucking thrown me off at the beginning.
Weird.
My brain is gone. You've joined us for our midweek campaign, Threads of Chaos, session 18. We have a full house, as I just said. Everyone is here and accounted for. And yeah, without further ado, we're just going to dive into it because there's a lot to unpack in this today's session. So, as the party have tried to remove a curse from their horse, Pineapple, some alternative effects had taken place. The curse, although removed, seemed to linger in the mind of the horse itself. And upon trying to remove this, healing it with divine magic brought some of the party to a place before even the gods had arrived. There they had seen this horse, who is no longer a horse, but rather an ancient forgotten race known as a Crickpod. His name specifically, Kirill Shazad. You had seen his life, pretty much, his colony, his world before the gods had arrived. And you had seen the moment in which the gods, more specifically Moradin and Sahanin, arrived to this world and created what it is today, basically forming it with the mountains, the rivers, and everything else. Before that, it was a blank canvas with only the Crickpods really around. Well, there was one large ancient dragon who seems to just not abide by the rules of law and time, but that set aside. The party had continued following Kirill through his journey as his colony was seen to be destroyed, removed, completely forgotten about by some incursion. A demonic incursion seemingly coming from Sahanin herself, a child or some sort of aspect of her pushed out and created the first of the demons, who then created its own offspring, and havoc ensued. The gods had fought back this demonic force, plunging this main entity into what is the 10th layer of hell, creating the other 9 layers as well through this attack. Now, the party no longer find themselves in this place where time seems to be almost a recollection of the past, but rather a space within the Fey realm, a place known as the Shadowkeep's Hand, a place that Kirill has said that the demons lay in, and the place in which he seeks his revenge for the death of his colony. And as soon as the party decide to join in this venture and enter this dark cave, they find that the ethereal surroundings that had once kind of encapsulated their bodies now fade away, and everything becomes slightly more real. So, as a little side note, we only have Cal, Olrin, and Helen. The 3 of you do not have your other party members walking into this very dark, shadowy cave. And as you continue forward, you begin to notice that this dark, shadowy entranceway, which resembled that of a large hand, has now given way to almost like stone and places that have been etched and carved. But this entire cave, that you can assume is what it is, has almost like a blend of two things happening simultaneously. I'd like the 3 of you to roll history checks for me. And as well...
Right, before I roll that...
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Why?
Sorry!
Straight away.
No! Before I do that, being that we're now more corporeal than we were before,
Yes.
do I feel like I'm poisoned again?
No, you're no longer poisoned as you were previously.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, and that history check from you, Cal.
Yeah,
And as well,
yeah,
Brooke,
yeah.
if you could describe what Helen looked.
Oh, fucking okay. Well,
Horrific. But Helen, Brooke, if you could describe what Helen looks like, as you are in your home plane, pretty much. This is the Fey realm.
Yeah. So the two of you looking over at Helen as we're like going up to this doorway would notice that she's almost a bit stockier. Like looking at her like from behind at first you don't notice, and then you look down and you realize she's gone from having like pretty like normal like human legs to almost like not quite all the way there, but like halfway to like a satyr almost, like hooves kind of forming and legs down, and her ears have kind of gotten longer and her hair is kind of a bit wilder and longer, and she'd like looking at her you'd see she's like almost her facial features have exaggerated themselves, and you can see she looks, for a lack of a better word, a lot more fey and kind of almost trickstery. You can see her eyes where like she already normally had like this kind of square pupils that were a bit off-putting, like even more so, like they almost look like they're slightly too big for her face. Just a bit more wild. She's kind of stepping forward towards this door.
Yeah, Cal's immediate reaction is checking his own legs and just going, "Oh shit, is this place turning onto the fae? Are we going to the fairies?"
Helen, are you feeling all right? You look different.
Helen would just kind of turn around and then look down and kind of look at her hands and look at her feet, and like just this massive grin spreads across her face. And she just like turn to you like super wide-eyed and go, "Well, seems like we are now actually in the Feywild." And she's just like grinning ear to ear, which means
Oh, so
this is, and she'd kind of like tap on, because it's kind of a cave, right? She'd kind of tap on one of the walls or something, kind of press her palm up against it. Not a dream.
so this is your natural appearance then. All right.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool. Wait, is your name actually Helen?
She'd just nod.
Cool.
Goes, I always thought I looked more like my dad, and then when I, left and switched back over, I guess I look more like my mom, and this is... And she's just kind of looking at her hands and stuff. She's like, seems as confused as you guys initially were, but happy about it.
As
I
you're
wasn't sure how permanent it was.
As you're going through this process, realizing that everything is real, as Helen says, all of you get the realization now that all of the surroundings are physical, real. You can interact with them, and even the ground on the floor, there's some pebbles and stones And when you're in your previous ethereal forms, you walked through those without issue. Now you're kicking them up. Dust is beginning to kind of lift up into the air with every step you take. And before you had entered, there was a moment of go in or go home. And now that you're in, the small bit of light of the entrance to this cave is completely gone. And all there is this path forward.
Can I check my divine connection to Moradin to, I don't know, see if I have signal down here?
Well, before we go into the religion checks, I'll give you a bit of the history. So, Helen, you begin to look around this cave system, and you can see that it melds between two states. It seems that there is a cave that surrounds this area, but it's one that almost looks slightly distorted in the way that it's not a natural cavern system. There's areas that are more jagged and kind of shoot out at different areas. The cave system seems to open up wider and goes up taller than the entranceway seemed to first believe. As well, as you're looking to the tops and the sides, you can see hidden in the stonework, slightly kind of tucked in the shadow, you can just see a statue. You see a stone statue, grey of colour, immobile, still, with wings out of its back. You can see that this is some sort of gargoyle. There's one there, there's one up above, there's one further down the way, and even you, Cal, you begin to notice that all of these kind of ledges, different points of the cave system that kind of overhang, there is just gargoyle after gargoyle just placed at different heights, feminine, female, different statures, some thinner, some larger, some kind of more hunched over, but all share very similar traits and features. As you're all noticing that, Olwen, you see the same. One thing you do notice, though, is on the ground itself. It seems that the stonework is interlaced with parts of this natural black cave. And you kind of feel the ground for a moment just to kind of get a solid feel. And the main stonework that seems to be there underneath the cave system seems to be something very well made. Something that is not seen anywhere that you know. I would like you just to roll an Arcana check as well, just to see how well your knowledge is. I'll give you advantage because of that 20.
Okay.
Okay, 19. This stonework is very rare and it has a very intricate pattern interlaced on each one of these flagstones. And you notice that this cave doesn't interrupt. It's not like it's breaking through and causing these flagstones to lift up and raise. It seems like the cave has almost clipped its way through without disturbing the stonework itself. Like a shadow has pushed in and has fixated itself around this stone. The stone itself, you don't know what sort of place its origin is. But something tells you that it's somewhere that isn't from your existence, but it's real enough that you could expect it to be from some sort of very hidden, unknown organization, either lost through time or some place that tries to keep their presence very secretive. As well as you can continue into this hall, you all begin to notice that there is a gate at the far end. Large, kind of ornately decorated gate. 3 of them, to be precise. 2 smaller ones to the left and the right, and 1 larger one in the center. There is grates between them, bars that rise upwards, all in a very kind of dull grey sort of tone, as if the colour has been draped from them, and they've just been saturated of any sort of life. One thing that kind of stands out on these specifically is there is a head, some sort of open mouth at the very top of the central gate. The gate underneath it is closed at the moment, but that mouth, that head, is open. The head is quite large, and you see, rather than running water like a fountain would kind of produce, you see a black shadow just emerging and causes this blacker than black sort of color across the stone on the floor, and as well in front of you. Doesn't seem to be moving or anything, but it just seems to be pouring out this blacker than black shadow. I'd like all of you to roll perception checks as well.
A quick question between those gargoyles. Do they share any similarities with Hazar?
You can roll a... what would this be? What would you like to try and use, Leonie, as a way of understanding if this is Hazar?
No, not asking if it is him. I'm
No,
asking
but I
if
mean
there's
like a
any similarities
similarity.
from-
What would you
Uh,
consider? What would you say?
I'd probably, even though I've fucked myself over with that, I'd probably say investigation, because he's specifically trying to remember details about one thing and comparing it to details about another thing.
Sure thing. Then if you're looking for the finer details, roll an investigation check. Okay.
Oh, okay.
With your perception checks, you walking in very kind of aware of your surroundings. You see that no longer is it kind of a flat ground in front of you, but instead there are these protrusions that rise upwards like stalagmites. But they are slightly pointed at the end and curved slightly. Looking at them and seeing their formation, they almost resemble like a black bone of sorts, like teeth or fangs. Different points rising upwards, and they seem to continue further down this road that you find yourselves on. Some in front of the gate and some continuing beyond. These are about the same size as yourselves. Some are bigger, some are slightly smaller, but they are all kind of curved and have that pointed end to the very top of them. Very sharp, it seems. Ulrin, you had asked about your connection to Moradin. I'd like you to roll a, rather than religion, because it's intelligence based, I'll ask you to roll a wisdom check, since you're using your spell casting. Okay, 16. You can sense that Moradin is there, but that connection seems odd. Where before you felt a period where there was no Moradin, none at all, and it was void. There was a period where it was at its strongest because he was there and present. Now you're finding it flux between the two. It seems to be kind of coming in and out. That tether just kind of wavering. Perhaps you are maybe too far away, or maybe you're moving back and forth at a rapid speed and you're unable to kind of hold that strength. It's hard to say specifically what's going on, but you do find your magic is there, and his eyes are with you, but they are coming and going. For Cal, looking at these statues, you can see that all of them have a different sort of expression across their face. Many of them, I'd say 75%, seem to be almost wicked sort of looks. Frowned faces, devilish tongues kind of coiling out to the side and held in that space. All very detailed, all very well etched, which leads you to believe that these are perhaps real people stuck inside of a statue's body. Now, whether they are petrified or sentient, you can't really tell. They're too kind of high up, too far away to kind of gain any sort of knowledge of that. But there's hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds, and the lines just keep going. It's almost like you find yourself at the bottom of a canyon, and you're seeing up to a tiered just elevation above, where the sky is dark but almost limitless, and you're just seeing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these statues just looking down to the valley below. You find that some of them are perhaps even looking at you, but you continue to walk and their gaze is just fixed in that position. They don't move their heads, they don't seem to react. But yeah,
So essentially, I have no idea if they're similar to us or not. They are gargoyles, and that's as far as I get.
they're gargoyles, they have wings, they have these kind of
Yeah.
demonic, devilish wings, they have horns atop their head. I will say that they have a very similar sort of design to them. But there was something quite unique to Hussar's form. Rather than having large horns at the side of its head, or no horns like some of these have, he seemed to have some sort of bramble of interconnecting horns, which doesn't seem to be elsewhere here.
Okay.
What is the marching order of your troop?
Oh, I hate it when you ask that. I do feel like I'd be in front, though.
I'll be
Just
in front
skipping
of
on ahead,
Cal
being like, oh,
because
that looks
he's
so
ranged.
I feel like Cal and
Um.
Helen are like borderline, like linking arms, skipping through the creepy canyon.
Just going, this is so cool. I love creepy caves. This is like with traveling carnivals, they come visit and they put up this horror show. This is very similar vibes. I'm expecting someone to like jump out at us and go boo. That would be.
Which might happen, so
probably
stay
is.
together, all of you.
You know, you're just as not fun as I remember you being. Just by the way.
I'm also not as drunk as you remember me being. Now, can we stay together as a group? Or, I don't know, if we want to send someone forward, maybe walk a bit further from the group so we can see you die and react appropriately.
Helen would kind of
That's
like
a weirdly mean thing to say.
get the message and then kind of not yank, but guide Cal a little bit back towards our good friend, but probably stay like a couple steps ahead, just looking at things. Probably crossbow on hand, to be honest.
Okay.
But not like fixed on anything, just kind of.
Sure. When you grow closer now, you find that as you're looking around, you don't need to have any sort of dark vision. Everything seems quite clear. The walls are like shadow, they're dark as anything, but everything in between that you can see is pitch perfect in vision. It's all very easy to view. There's no such impeding sort of shadows between. And this is when you begin to notice that the room itself has begun to take on a reddish glow. In the walls, to the sides of you, near the gates as you are approaching, and beyond them, do you see to the left and the right, there is this red light, a swirling sort of red mist that seems to be held in some sort of doorway, like a circular door, a gateway perhaps. And you can see just red light just shining from it. The mist and kind of swirling pattern that seems to just constantly swirl and swirl, and you can almost get lost in it if you've looked in too long. It seems almost watery in effect, like a tide is just being pulled into the singular spot and constantly just creating this whirlpool effect. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's someone the higher tiers at this point, illuminating the general surroundings of these statues.
Mm-mm.
You're not sure what they are, but there's many of them as you begin to grow closer. As you approach the gates, you hear a voice.
Hello and welcome.
Open?
I see that we have guests. What brings you here?
Cal
Fine.
opens his mouth to say
Lots of
something and then
fun.
reconsiders.
Yeah, I'd say Oren is watching around frantically, one hand on his hammer, trying to figure out where the voice is coming from.
Not too hard. As you look around, you can see that the head, that skull that sits atop the gate, which seems to be almost vomiting this perpetual shadow. You can see the jaw begins to move and shift around.
I'm up here.
And
Helen
what
would look
would
up
you
at
be?
it.
Am the gatekeeper. More specifically, the gatekeeper to the Shadowhands Keep. And I ask you once again, what brings you here?
Wait, can I answer
I'm-
that with another question? I have so many questions. Are you a whole guy and just your head is sticking out of the door? Or, like, are you just a head? And, like, how big are you if you are not just a head?
It just kind of like holds itself for a moment.
Am I supposed to answer all of these questions?
Yes, I'm curious.
Well, I'm stationed here as a punishment. Clearly.
Oh, mm-hmm. So you were a whole thing, but now you're just a head in a door.
Yes, that pretty much sums up my entire eternity, yes.
Oh shit, that sucks, man.
Well, yes, it does. What are you doing here? Why do you want to be here? No one wants to be here.
We want to be here. We've been
Why?
here.
Well, the most foul of foul creatures are here. Demons. No, nothing. Doesn't scare you.
Yeah, no, yeah. What do we call
Helen
those?
just shrugs.
Oh, well. You're not the first to think that it's fine. Many have come, and many, well, you can see them. They're all around you.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
How was our good friend reacting to this, by the way? He's still with us, right?
He's not, actually. He's not there anymore. As you were stepping
Where'd he go?
through the shadow, he just completely vanished as that kind of
Oh.
doorway behind you just pinpricked away.
Wait,
Ah.
he ditched us. Now we're getting turned into horses.
Yeah, no, I can see that happening.
New campaign, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Oh boy. Right. So, like, are you gonna like let us in, or are you gonna let us in? I'm a bit confused.
I can let you in, but you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, it's been a very, very long day, and getting in there is probably going to end it one way or another. So, you know.
Hey, look, I'm just a messenger. If you want to come in, you're more than welcome to.
And you watch as the metallic bars below just begin to push in, and the space is now open.
Oh, don't mind my vomit. Don't stand in it. It's not good.
Okay.
Oh,
By the way,
don't.
you're very good at your job. I feel extremely welcomed, so
Oh,
good job.
thank you.
I hope you get a promotion soon where you don't have to be stuck to a wall. You know, see some different sights and all that.
Well, if you see the big man himself, let him know.
Uh-huh. I will. What's your name so I can tell him?
No, I don't have one.
What do you mean you don't have one? Then pick one.
Everyone's got to have a name.
Yeah.
Even heads on walls.
Black Vom.
Sure. Sure. If that's what you feel like, then that's your name now.
Well, it seems to be the only thing I can do.
Oh, he also opened the door. You could also go for door opener. Or head.
What about doorknob?
Or not. I mean, to use you as a doorknob, one would have to be really tall.
To be
Which
fair,
I
it's
guess
still better
since
than Black Worm.
it is. How about knobby? It's
Knobby.
from doorknob, but it's knobby.
Nobby's a good one.
Nobby. That sounds like a good idea. Nobby it is.
All right, I'm good.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go tell your boss that he should give you a promotion.
Well, good luck. I don't think he's ever given anyone a promotion. He likes a few people,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Okay. By the way, who is your boss? No, so I know how to spot him and tell him.
You'll notice he's the one with the shadow hand. He is called the
Oh.
Shadow Hand. This is the Shadow
Yeah.
Hand's keep.
Yeah, it's a bit on the nose, isn't it?
Well, he's one for theatrics.
Oh. Then he will like Helen. That's good. We already have a in or something. Alright. Thank you for the chat. It was lovely. I'll make sure to remember that promotion, Nobby.
Thank you. Good luck with whatever you're doing. I don't know if
Thanks.
you're going to survive.
Well, we'll see.
All right, well. See you soon. Or never, or always. This place is a very strange place.
Yeah, we noticed. That's a weird shit.
Hey,
Bye.
You walk through the gate and you find the interior. You're still in kind of like a courtyardy space. You don't have any sort of building yet. You're still kind of walking this cave system. But as you continue to step forward, you can almost feel that there is something in the air. And I would like the three of you to roll wisdom saving throws.
Ah, no.
And I will roll for
Okay.
I can roll. I'm back.
okay,
Sorry.
perfect. No worries.
Is this against something that would be what is it? Is this a dream thing? Is this a dream-like effect? Because
Let's say yes for this.
okay. Oh, I have advantage on wisdom saves anyway. I forget my own things sometimes. Oh. I would like to roll. Ooh. It's saving throw. Advantage. That's still not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk into the space, and all of you begin to almost smell this essence. There's no sort of like flavor on the wind. There's no fragrance, nothing. But you can smell something. Something's there. Like a sixth sense is beginning to almost take over in your perception of what's happening around you. Helen, you find yourself quite susceptible to this. Being someone who has been around sentiment a lot, you can taste the very powerful sort of fragrance, that kind of allure that some of them have, and you can almost sense this wave of delight, something so bountiful and delicious coming from these red swirling spaces in the walls. You begin to notice that they're almost exuding a mist of some sort of energy, an ethereal energy that is filling this room, and all of you can kind of see it. You can almost see this smoke all funneling into one sort of direction further ahead. As
Has
you have
she
this
ever
moment,
seen anything like this before?
I would say,
Or experienced anything similar to this before?
For this, roll a religion check.
Religion?
Okay. There's some stories that you're kind of picking up on as things are becoming more apparent now. That the Shadowhand Keep was kind of mentioned in passing, and stories revolve around it as being a place of almost like vampiric nature, where vampires almost absorb the essence of people and use it to sustain their lives. You're beginning to think that there's some credibility to that now, but rather than the myth of it being vampires or vampiric creatures, instead this is being used as some sort of factory for sentiment. Now, these spaces to the left and the right, these kind of red swirling patterns, they almost have something on the other side, like a place perhaps, somewhere that isn't here. Perhaps these are portals.
Would I know who's, or at least who was, like at the time she left, kind of in charge of this one? Like, would that fall under theoretically her territory, or is that someone else's?
This
shtick?
part of the Fey realm has always been a kind of dead zone. No one
No,
has...
more so the specific sentiment. Like,
this sentiment.
she's
You're
thinking right
seeing,
now, like, if
you're seeing
someone's
quite a
nicking
few.
this, who are they nicking it from?
You see quite a few different types of sentiment, so this could range in a variation of places. But you know some leaders in the Fey realm who kind of specify in these sorts of sentiments. The one that you're smelling seems to be one of joy, one of compassion, one of love, and that hits home fairly strongly. Do you want to investigate this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
She would walk right up to it.
You walk right up, and you begin to see on the other side almost like a picture that moves slightly. Something that has shape and form and seems to represent some sort of landscape, a space. But this seems to be almost pointed as some sort of mural. Roll a perception check. Okay.
Oh, nice.
See, at the very edge of this kind of swirling red pattern, there is a frame. Some sort of painting frame just kind of accented around that the others don't seem to have, or at least the others in close proximity. You also see a very ornate, beautiful looking bedroom, a window that looks out to the landscape that I was describing before. As well, you can see somewhat of a built-up surrounding, like a town, a river that runs through. You're seeing places that you remember, places that are home. And as you focus for a moment, this is your father's bedroom. And as you kind of have that realization, you, with a 19, can see a silhouette of something begin to push forward. Olrin and Cal, you begin to notice that around these other swirling red patterns, there are other silhouettes that are beginning to grow closer. You're seeing a dark outline push through the red light.
Helen, maybe get away from that.
You see
Helen?
Helen cocking the crossbow, like aggressively and aiming, like tracking whatever's coming into the frame.
As you're pointing the crossbow out, you hear from that one in particular, a voice just kind of ring out.
What are you going to do with that, friend? Are you going to shoot me?
That's not the voice she was expecting to hear.
Nope.
No. She just kind of cock an eyebrow and like look at the shape and goes, "You shouldn't be there.
And you shouldn't be here."
And he steps 1 foot closer and now into the same room as the rest of you. And you can see this pitch black, shadowy form of a darkened humanoid. The features are not there. Everything seems very sleek, very kind of pressed together. But you can tell that the shoulders, although raised, seem to be almost embedded armor, made of the same kind of skin. You are seeing a silhouette of a person, of some sort of heavy armored fighter. They step through.
And what are you going to do? Because I don't take kindly to those that sneak around and find their way into my realm.
You watch as by the side seems to grip some sort of dark shadow that resembles a sword.
Helen
And holds
will
himself
just
there.
keep the crossbow like basically fire ready and goes, and I don't take kindly to people spying on my family. Just holding and kind of like would move her foot a little bit to like more of a ready, like recoil proof stance.
You, I thought I recognized you. I watched you from afar, young princess.
Wait, princess? Holy shit.
You see, he begins to pull out the blade further from some sort of scabbard.
And may I say, it is time for us to finally meet. I would like so very much for you to rejoin your parents in there.
And you see he takes a step back and holds the blade out to you.
Can Cal just really quickly check the amulet that Hazar gave them? Is that doing anything? Or is it still? Like, is it not glowing?
You see it is currently still.
Okay.
At this point,
Uh,
you watch other individuals begin to emerge from the other red swirling doorways. And each one of them seems to have some sort of weapons on them too. Some located above, some located below.
What's going on over there? Intruders? Looks like we have intruders.
well, we didn't intrude. We asked to be let in, and your doorknob said okay. I'm not sure you can call it intruding when we were just let in.
What sort of let in are we talking about? Are you here to see the boss? Or are you here for... And what is it you're here for?
Honestly, our reason to be here kind of left us. So yeah, he ditched us. But now I think we're just mostly curious, and also I think Callan wants to kill that guy specifically for some reason now. Honestly, I'm figuring this out as I go along. But yeah, we are here to meet the big guy. I have to talk to him. It's not urgent, but it's gonna be a fun chat.
You hear one of them just begin to whisper to the other from afar. What are your guys' passive perception? I believe Olrin's is fairly high.
Yeah, I think Orange is probably highest. Mine is
Let's see. It's
16.
bonus
Mine is not.
bonus plus 10, right?
It's 10 plus whatever your mod is.
Then it's 15.
With
Mine's
a
the
15,
highest? What?
Okay.
Yep.
With a 15, you can just barely pick out some of the words. You hear
Quota. Late. Hungry. Now.
and they kind of look towards you.
Well, I can take you to the boss. No problem. Just come with me, friend.
And you watch as one of them jumps down from above, lands beside you. This one, slightly bigger.
I'd
Kind of-
like to do an insight check on that.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, I want to.
I mean, it's pretty obvious we're not being led to the boss for a chat.
Yeah, I
mean,
want to turn
yeah.
back around and
Mhm.
real quick mind link with Olgrin and go. If we go through here, I know how to get us back. Ish. And, like, just she'll keep looking forward towards the portal question mark.
Can I answer that?
I think so. Link?
Mind blank, yes. I think so. Yes. With you
Okay.
for an hour, so yes.
Then yeah, Oren would answer you. So we take out this guy and then rush through. And like looking at the one you have at crossbow point.
You just see Helen, like, kind of look like she's rolling her shoulders, but she'll nod.
What will it be, princess? I watched your father die, your mother weep away, and now I want to finish you. But I'm not going to take the easy route. Throw your blade. Make this fun, at least.
Oh,
Uh,
let's.
Considering- sorry, you first.
That's real low. Okay, you see Helen
Mhm.
like go to grab her sword.
In this exact same moment, Orwin, you see the larger one approaching you. They themselves having that same kind of dark outline, but you can see bits of red in their eyes, and you also notice a bit of red in their left hand, seemingly creating some sort of energy, harmful energy, as they approach you with this kind of hidden tactic.
Overall, can I get a read on these people? Like, what kind of means of attack they are preparing, or well, it seems they are doing it chantlessly so far. So I assume a silent spell would do little.
It seems like all of these abilities are innate that they have.
Okay. Okay, then.
Also, how many are there?
Since you're kind of stood back looking around, you can see that there's 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay. With one of them approaching me, I'd say I will activate what's it called? Spirit Guardians as
Okay.
a kind of perimeter.
All right. Since actions are being taken, I will ask all of you to roll initiative, and this includes Axon and Maceely.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh, there's no combat and I can't roll initiative.
Yep, same.
Ah, for fuck's sake. There we go. for it.
Every time. Ooh, sweet.
Does that include
Alright.
the ones who are not present there?
Yes, you as well, Ilya.
All right.
Oh,
Okay. All right. So, what I'll do is I will put the map out for you guys to place yourselves as we enter combat. Okay. You should be able to see the map.
Should I
And
switch to a battle layout? Like
you
always?
may as well, yeah. So we currently have 3 of you, and we're going to say that Helen is around here. The rest of you can place yourselves as you see fit, but that was the one that Helen was looking into. Now, as all of you begin to create your action.
Max, you put a hidden enemy there. I can't move there.
Oh no, I haven't.
No, it's telling me now I can go there. Okay.
Yeah, no, there's nothing there yet.
Token collide. Token collide. Token collide. What were you saying about that? Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
Very big.
Mhm.
Oh,
that
boy.
looks like venom. I don't like that it looks like venom.
Actually, no, okay.
They had
I think it
already
was
Venom
that.
in campaign, so he's more like Wolverine or something like Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do the initiative order quickly. So 21, we have
Me.
Cal. Then next in the order, we have Maceely with a 19.
But I don't know where I'm supposed to place myself.
Don't worry about that. Just now,
Okay,
we'll get to that in a sec.
Well, fuck you.
That's such a specific. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Worry
fuck
about
you, man.
Where's the
Okay.
fourth one? Where have I not seen? Ah, there he is.
Mid-
Ah, great. That's a fucking caster. God damn it.
As if it wasn't obvious. Okay, what else is there? So let me have Helen. 13. 11. Okay, Cal, you're the first to act. You're seeing the rest of your allies begin to pull out their blades. I'll say, Ulrin, if you want to try and cast the spell, you're more than welcome to. But since this person was also ready to react upon you, they may get an attack of opportunity against you. So it's up to you if you want to cast a spell.
Yeah, I'd still like to do it.
Okay, go for it. So you cast a spell, and he is going to make, attempt to make an attack. So I'm going to roll. Okay, so bear with me. D&D Beyond was down today, so luckily enough, I had all the stats for these creatures beforehand. But that means they're in a different place from normal. So,
Yeah.
okay. The attack on this one, that's going to be a 16 to hit.
That doesn't hit. And since I got Spirit Guardians out, let's see. The first time it enters the area, does that count if I cast it where he
We'll say
already
this is happening simultaneously, so the damage will happen on their turn. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So they just missed their attack because they were kind of readying it. But you do have the Spirit Guardians up, so just bear that in mind whenever they start their turn. I need to do the roll. Just remind me as all. Okay, so yeah, Cal, you were the first to act.
Well, seeing that I'm way too close to this dude, he's probably gonna stumble back and in the process try and get his bow ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Can I hide behind this thing? I can, can't I?
definitely.
No, I cannot! Token collide! I'm not allowed to go.
Why is there token
Like, how many
collide?
hidden enemies are there?
There isn't. Why is it colliding? It shouldn't
What
be.
do you mean? What do you mean? How many fucking hidden enemies?
Where are you trying to go?
I'm literally trying to go behind the fucking. Why can't I go there, Max?
I don't know.
What is there?
Nothing in particular.
Oh no! You know what? I'm good where I am. I'm good where I am.
Where would you like to go? Where would you like to go?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Nuh-uh,
I can take
nuh-uh.
it.
Okay.
And I think Cal's just gonna look around between those four and try to assess the most dangerous one. And deciding, Orvin's got the big guy. I don't want to piss that guy off. He's going to focus on the caster. Is he perceivable as a caster from Cal's POV?
Yeah, you can see that they are kind of holding energies in their hand. There is a spellbook that seems to be just flapping in its face as they're just kind of looking through them and then looking back down to you with red energy beginning to shoot out.
Okay, perfect. Hunter's mark that guy.
Okay.
Because, and I'm gonna try and shoot him. Let's see how this goes. Haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Yes, normal attack, please. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. And I get to add 86. And that's
Also, I
14
don't
points of
remem-
damage.
I don't remember if you have extra attack or not, but
Wait, we're level 5! I do!
yeah.
Level 5! Hell yeah! I do have extra attack. And he's immediately gonna go, okay, that worked well, let's try that again. Why are we fighting these people? What is going on? 13 to hit.
13. You go to hit, and you just watch as this kind of ethereal energy, a shadow, just grabs the arrow, pulls it apart, and snaps it. As it
Oh, my
snaps,
arrow.
you see it just kind of look towards you, hold its hands together, and throw an energy to you. I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I thought you'd say that. Oh, that's a fraught 5. 13?
So that's going to be 12 points of force damage as you just
Worse.
Now.
feel this hit in your chest, as that energy which you kind of hit with is almost dispersed back towards you. But
Mm-hmm.
that is its reaction. You still have the rest of your turn.
Oh no, I've done all I could. I've moved. I've used a bonus action. I'm very done.
Okay.
It's just keeping yourself ready.
After your turn, Cal, it would be Mycelia's turn, but they're not there as of yet. The other one, which was above, that had not run down, you see it just begin to rush by, look down towards Cal, and you watch as it holds itself low to the ground. Energy of red begins to form in its hands, and it throws 3 bolts of red crimson energy at your way. So that's going to be a 14 to hit,
Misses.
then a 19,
That hits.
then an 18.
That just hits too.
Okay, so that's going to be 4, and so that's 4 necrotic damage, and as well 5 necrotic damage.
Okay.
After it throws those bolts, you look at it for a moment after being hit. As the second one comes by, you look back and they've completely disappeared. You don't know where they've gone.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Helen, it's your turn. You draw your blade at this one that stands before you.
Yeah. Fuck this guy. Helen's real mad at this dude.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bonus action activate my
Crimson Right.
Crimson Right, yes. And kind of just the air from like off of Helen and like the mist just like congeals onto the sword. And it's almost like just like dripping with cold energy. So I have to take a d4 damage for that, which I will roll if the silly game would let me click buttons. A d4, there we go. That's maximum. That's almost maximum I could have rolled. Thank you, game. Cool. So that's bonus action. And then I'm just gonna have at him because this guy is enemy.
Oh
boy.
hell yeah! Let's fucking go!
Helen is fucking pissed.
Helen is very pissed indeed. So I forget how we do criticals because I never get criticals.
Double the dice. So you're going to double your Crimson Right damage as well as your regular weapon damage.
Cool.
Come on. Big hits. Oh!
Ooh, nice.
Stab.
Okay. You have another attack still.
Yes. I will be attempting that. Let's give it a go.
It hits as well.
Nice.
That's less good, but
Okay.
we live.
You strike twice with the rapier, one landing in between what seems to be like a plate armor that's embedded into their skin. You kind of push through it with extra force using your kind of hooved legs and more taller form just to kind of lean into it using the this kind of toothy sort of pedestal behind you. Just leaning that rapier in, it pushes it to the ground. You pull it back, stab another time. You just watch it kind of. So you do know how to fight, but you'll have to do much better than that. You watch as it then rises up, fully straight once again. Its blade ready at its hand. You see the blade begin to glow red around the very tip and down the side of one of the curves. It could be correct. If it's a D6, we'll check in a sec. Anything else you want to do, Brooke?
No, that's my bonus action, and can I just kind of, I won't move out of his range, but I'll just kind of flank around him, get behind him.
Yeah.
So, I can't move my token.
Don't worry,
Oh.
I'll move it for you.
Thank you.
There might be some issue on the setup of the map. Cool. You place yourself there, ready to go. You can almost smell home through this kind of red sort of liquid behind you. Okay, that's your turn. Next up we have is the wizardy guy. You watch as he begins to float above. Just his kind of dark black sort of cloak just billowing beside him, making him look as though he's one just singular entity. He will look down towards Cal. And
yeah, that's fair.
you will see. I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh no. No. 15?
One off, unfortunately.
Damn it.
The wounds from the force energy that are in your arm and kind of the rest of you, you just feel they kind of almost are pulled apart. You see tiny little shadow hands appear from the creases of your clothing and just begin to tear them open further and further. You are going to take some damage here, unfortunately. And that's going to be 18 points of necrotic damage.
Holy shit.
As you just feel your arms begin to pull the bits of skin apart. After that, it will just kind of hover above. It will continue looking down towards you, Cal, and it will just say,
I see that you are full of sentiment, but yours is of pure joy. Not my favorite, but I guess it will do.
That's its turn.
Sorry?
It will enter your... What's the range on your Spirit Guardians, Olren?
15 feet.
15. Okay, so it doesn't enter yet. Okay, but it is your turn.
Mine?
Yes.
Okay. Then, first off, I would like to shout over to Kel. This way, take cover. Pointing to this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast my spiritual weapon next to the guy Helen is fighting over here.
Mhm. What does this spiritual weapon look like?
Usually it's just a small smithing hammer, but I have since upgraded to a much bigger hammer.
Excellent. Okay. As soon as that appears with a kind of divine light, you can see all four of them kind of turn to it, and you see they do not look happy at seeing that. The one that's in front of you just kind of, so you're one of them.
Indeed, I am. And
You're on the wrong side, friend.
well, at least I'm gonna be on the side that's winning. And that's my bonus action, but I get to hit the guy.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's just a spell attack, but
Mhm.
I think I can do it over the spell, which I have to cast. Give me a second. Cast spell. Attack. 26.
26
Let's go.
hits.
I hope so, and that's 8 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then with my action, what do I even have left? I have so many concentration spells.
I
It's not funny.
know. The burden of the
Don't
cleric.
worry, you'll get hit like 3 times and then you'll lose it. It's not to me.
Just to spite you, I'm going to take the dodge action so I don't get hit. Screw you. Also, what's the rule on thingy, Guardians of Faith? Can I like walk around and dip people into the effect area?
Yeah, of course you can. It's
Yeah,
fixed
it's
on you,
centered
so
on
you can.
you, yeah.
It's
Okay.
you wherever you go, it follows.
Oh, also, the way it looks is like a kind of intangible firestorm of slightly golden tinged light centered around my glowing sigil that I clasp with one hand. And with that, I would like to walk a bit over there so he gets it.
Sure.
And then walk a bit back so the other guy is still in it.
He's just doing like a tango, dancing. It's to distract your enemies.
Can I just say that visually I'm moving the area manually instead of myself?
By the way, I think the way that the spell works is when they start their turn, they proc the damage.
When they enter the area for the first time.
Okay.
Or on the start of their turn.
But they need also
so-
to make save. If I'm-
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So what's the say? What's the? Is it wisdom?
Give me a second. I'm looking it up. For some reason, whenever I right-click something on the thing right now, the what's it called? The little menu thing doesn't go away. So pretty much my entire spell spell is blocked by that at this point.
Shit.
Anyway, yes, it's a wisdom saving throw, and they take 3d8 radiant damage on a failure.
Okay, I'm just going to roll for all three of them since they've all been in it, because it's just easier that way. The guy next to Helen rolled an @1. He fails.
Yes.
The one in front of you got a 16.
Give me a second.
The wizard flying in the air rolled 19 basic, so plus his mods, he's going to
Yeah.
succeed.
That certainly saves. My spell save DC is exactly 16.
Okay, so the big guy also succeeds.
No, that doesn't take into account
Your plus
my
one.
+1 spell focus.
Okay, so he fails. Excellent. So yeah, roll for damage. The wizard's going to take half, the others are going to take the full.
All right.
Probably one of the best spells
Should be rolling.
that Tarek has.
I'll just roll that manually. It doesn't seem to want to work. That's 3d8. There you go. 13.
Okay. And so there we go. 13, 6 to this guy. And, okay. So with that, this kind of radiant energy is beginning to kind of pulsate throughout. You watch as the wizard kind of puts up some sort of shield in front of them to stop the damage as they succeed. But then they look down to you.
So Moradin is your choice of god. I would be very careful on who you choose.
I would be very careful with your next words.
Well, someone as practiced as yourself could do much better. There are 11 entities ahead. 11 demons if you wish to join us. They are much more forgiving.
Silence. I've had it with people talking ill about Moradin. I've had it. Today is not the day I will lose my faith.
Very nice. With that, I'll give you an inspiration.
Neat.
So you can.
I can use it to turn back another horse.
Yes. There you go. It's still your turn. You still have your action. Oh no, but your dodge. You're using a dodge action.
I use that for dodging.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. After your turn. Yeah.
I need to keep my spiritual guardians up. But this is a very tricky scenario for cleric with concentration spells.
It is now the big guy's turn. You see he kind of looks towards you with a disdain in his eyes. You see he kind of crouches down forward. His hands begin to glow a deep, dark red. And he just lets out this billowing cry. And he's going to make 3 melee attacks against you.
Oh boy.
As you just see red just fly off in your direction. That's a nat 1, but he has advantage.
He also has disadvantage due to dodging.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so it's a nat 1. So he just screams like mad and just punches the ground with 1 attack. Straight rolls then. This one's going to be a 18 base plus mods is going to hit you. The third one is another nat 1. Amazing. Okay. Well,
I imagine after the first 2 misses, I'm just standing there. What's that about demonic superiority? And then I just got socked.
yeah.
Old man yells at Sky.
You are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, as well as 3 points of necrotic.
Okay, so that's -3 due to heavy armor mastery, right?
The bludgeoning will be, so then that would be 4. Did I say 7?
You said 6, I think?
Sure. 3 points then.
Or whatever. So that's 6 in total, which means I'm at...
And after his failures, Helen, you now positioned yourself on the other side of this individual. You see he now has his sword out to the side, looks towards you.
So, here we are. You with your back on your town, and me with a blade in my hand. This seems like a very familiar story.
one doused in family tragedy. And you watch as he reaches out twice with the blade to try and strike you.
Can I just spit at him?
Yes, there's a reaction. 17 to hit.
Let me check. I don't actually remember what my AC is. No, 18 AC.
I don't think I've ever had a player ask me, can I just spit at him? Sorry, did that hit?
Okay. No, 18
Okay.
AC.
Then the second strike, that's actually a crit, because he crits on a 19.
No.
I have something for that.
Okay?
I have. You can choose off. Actually, no, I can't because you already said it hit. Never mind.
What was it? What was the ability?
That. But you already said it hit, so it doesn't work.
Okay. Alright. Then the attack will go through.
How much is this gonna hurt?
It's gonna hurt. That's okay. That's gonna be 9 points of slashing damage. And then
9.
I roll 2 1s on the d8. So that's gonna be 4 points of necrotic.
So 13 total.
Yeah, and that's it. I rolled pants. You got quite lucky there.
Nice.
Yeah, he strikes out, and you see the red light just flashes as he crosses against your chest. As it kind of pulls away, you see he kind of stands back for a second, holds up a hand to his chest, and he just looks towards you. I told you, we've all told you. You try and believe in these gods, but it is in the demons that will actually help you. And you watch as his hand begins to create this dark shadow that heals some of the wounds that he's taken.
If he talks shit about my god again, can I just sock him with my spiritual weapon as a free action or something?
Are you also
With all the monologuing, he's deserved it.
I might also spit on him.
I don't know. 15 feet away.
A sliver of divine light just drops on him from the weapon.
Okay, so now it is at the top of initiative, and we're going to start with Cal.
Cal is going to take Aldrin's advice and gun. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Come on! Max! What the fuck did you do to this map?
No!
Is there like a second hidden layer or something?
No, there shouldn't be anything. I think it's just you having the issues.
Sure.
Or
Like a couple hundred shades on this map.
maybe.
We would be so
I mean, would we be surprised?
No, we wouldn't. And it's like combined with where Helen has positioned herself and Oren saying to go this direction. Is that enough for Kel to go, oh, we're going through the portal? He didn't hear the fucking conversation those two had about that.
I leave that
Or
up
is
to
he
you,
still
Lily.
thinking, okay, we're fighting? I feel like he wouldn't clock that. So no. He's going to
roll
keep
a wisdom save for him.
You know what? Sure. Wouldn't this be an intelligence save though?
You can just roll a d4 if you want.
A d4.
Heads and tails.
Okay, and then heads and tails. Okay, so if I roll an even number, Kel gets that. We're supposed to go through the fucking portal. Yay! Okay. That means that Kel's going to refocus his attention on the obstacle. I'm saying. Let's see. Do I have anything to make this more interesting? Oh, really? No, nothing. He's just gonna shoot the guy. He's just gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Twice. Because that's fun. Wait, did I roll? I didn't hear. No, wait. I did roll. Normal.
Oh my god.
That's a 30!
Welcome to fuck everything in that general direction by Cal.
And
Also,
that's 16 points of damage for that one.
And you're attacking the one in front of Helen?
Yes. Yes, that guy.
oh, by the way, I just now remembered. Both the large dude in front of me and the monologuing guy both started a turn inside.
That's true. Yeah. I'll roll now.
4 damage to them.
The big guy fails this time, but the other one succeeds.
Nice.
So half damage.
No, it
25
doesn't do
hits.
damage if he succeeds, I think.
I think it's half now.
Give me a second. I'm about to find out.
Their movement speed is also slowed.
Yes. Blah, blah. Successful, half as much damage. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're
Yeah,
right.
you also need to take or make a Constitution saving throw. You gotta hit.
Yeah, because you got hit once by the big
Yeah.
guy.
Yep, good point.
Situation.
Let's see.
Save.
I
been a while
got it
from
for a
that.
total of 6. Does it influence
It should be DC
somehow?
10.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
10.
Let's see. There you go. Oh, barely.
You succeed. So you're fine.
Nice.
So what was the roll for the radiant damage? We'll do that now before we do Cal's hit.
Yep, it's 10.
10. Okay. So that's 10 on the big guy. And 5.
They
Perfect.
don't by any chance seem allergic to radiant damage.
No, they don't seem to be vulnerable to radiant damage, as you are trying to figure out. Cal, roll the damage on the bow attack.
Okay. I was gonna ask for 25 hit, would have been sad if not.
It does. It does.
12 points of
12
damage.
against the same guy. Yeah, you just keep chipping away at him. You suspect the shadows that he kind of re-clambered around him. If he didn't heal himself, he'd probably be out. So he is holding on by a tether. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's very nice. Don't really have anything. Wait, let me check if that's an action or a bonus action, actually. But I think it's an action too. Yeah, no, that's an action. No, nothing else.
Okay. Now we're going to go for a quick little break. Since now we're going to focus on outside of the combat and away to Macelia and Exon. So 5 more minutes, and we'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. So, Maysili, in the moments where the removal of the curse on this horse began to take place, and everyone found themselves almost pulled back somewhere beyond their physical self, you find yourself pulled into this dark black energy where shadows surround every corner, and you see your body in front of you, but the body itself falls limp. You look down to your hands as you're being thrusted backwards at an incredible speed, and you can see almost an ethereal energy, as though you yourself are made of light rather than a corpse. Your hands almost meld between each other, but you are continuing to pull back. In this liminal space where you are being pulled and pulled, there is a almost sensation that you are somewhat in control. As you are being pulled back, for a moment there is a hesitancy because you do not know where you're going. But then you see that there is a shining white light that begins to grow closer and larger and larger. And eventually that white light just overtakes your vision completely. And you find yourself laying down. You find ground beneath you, and you smell what is a very fresh air. The grass is soft. You can see there are hills in the distance as your eyes adjust to this bright, almost constant light that surrounds. And you see down to your right something kind of move and wriggle around your arm. You feel the same to your leg and to your other arm. And you look around, and as your eyes adjust, you can see the same sort of pseudo-dragon that is Mushu. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4 of them just kind of coiled around your arm, some just dozing, sleeping, and others just kind of gnawing at kind of the sides of some of your equipment and kind of boots as well, seemingly playing with you as you're dozing. What does Maysili do?
Is one of them Mushu, or
You
they're
look
all?
at, you look at all of them, and they're all identical to each other. You see that same kind of long-bodied dragon sort of design that they each have, all with that kind of same hollow expression of eyes. But you can see they're kind of jumping around. Some begin to fly in the air. And just roll a perception check. Looking around for Mushu, you do not see him, but you can almost feel his presence. There is a connection between the two of you, and you can feel it almost at the top of a hill just in front of you. On this hill, you see hundreds of these pseudo-dragons, the same look, color, design, just around the base, on the side, some in the fields as well. It is a very strange sort of dreamscape that you think you're in, but everything is real. You touch the side of the dragons and they're kind of tangible. The scales are hard but soft in some areas. And the grass as well kind of fits nicely between your feet and your hands. It's all very real, but a kind of lucid dream at the same time.
So they're all identical,
Pretty much.
but
Yeah, it
but
seems to
but
be.
none of them is Mushu.
No, but you sense that Mushu's perhaps on top of this hill because of that kind of connection that the two of you have.
I'm gonna go to him.
Okay. You begin to walk around all of these very similar looking dragons, and each one of them kind of looks at you for a moment, kind of sniffs towards you, and you just watch as one of them looks at you, and you see it has a very kind of soft puppy dog expression, and itself just look up to the sky, and its body almost completely turns into a ball of light, and like a rocket, it just shoots up into the sky, past the clouds, and out of view, like a rocket taking off at incredible speed. You see this happen not every minute, but every few minutes. Somewhere across this valley, a beam of light just shoots up into the sky and is no longer to be seen. This just continues to happen. And as you look up to the sky, it is not a sky that you're familiar with. You see no moon, you see no sun. The stars are very bright, brighter than you're normally used to. Each one a very strong, not white color, but like a beige sort of, hard to describe, more so a sunlight rather than that bright white that's normally depicted in the stars. As
Do I know
well-
where? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Do I know where I am?
You do not recognize this place at all.
Okay.
And the reason for this, you also see 3 massive orbs in the sky, 3 large planets that are just one huge blue sort of hue to it, another slightly smaller that almost encapsulates another that is almost hugging it, like a perpetual sort of solar eclipse that's not quite there, but an actual planet and another wrapped around it. A very strange sky that you find yourself in, again, leading towards that sort of dreamy surroundings. But you continue to climb this hill. With every step you take, you look back at the rest of the kind of flora and forest. And I'd like you just to roll a nature check as well. This
Yikes.
entire surroundings has nothing to you. Even you know of agriculture, you've studied it, and yet all of the blades of grass that form here, they almost resemble, there's no tangibility to them. They're almost like water, just blades of water flickering in the air. Even the clouds do not resemble clouds that you're used to. They're almost clumped together and resemble more kind of clumps of kind of, to put it in better words, moldy milk, if anything, just kind of all clumped together in different areas. And you watch as some of these beams of light shoot through them and they just disperse and just begin to spread out, attaching themselves to other kind of clouds in the sky, making larger ones. Very strange surroundings. But you keep climbing, and eventually you find yourself in where the hill slightly overhangs. There is a gathering of several of these small pseudo-dragons who are just kind of sat around, looking around, and you can see Mushu amongst them. He looks identical to every single one that is here. They're almost like clones. There is no difference to them at all. But you know that's Mushu. And as soon as you recognize him, you see he kind of like looks up to you as well. And he just begins to run over to your direction.
Are we doing like a sweet television reunion where we run into each other's arms?
Yeah, he's just kind of like hung lolling to the side as he just kind of flaps his wings and jumps up to you as you just pick him up. You see a couple of the other pseudo dragons here look slightly jealous as they kind of look towards you with this frowned expression. But you just kind of take him up. As you kind of hold him, you just hear him say, "Oh my god! Oh my god! I didn't know where you were. Are you okay?"
I can understand him.
Yeah, you can understand him.
I'm visibly startled that I can understand him because I've never been able to.
What's wrong? What's You can understand me?
Yeah,
Oh,
but goddamn, I'm good at Draconic.
well, I guess you won't have to learn Draconic anymore. This is
no.
good. This is good. I can finally share all the stories that I've wanted to tell you. It's been forever, really.
Okay, but can you tell me where we are?
Yeah, I think so. This is my home.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't know why we're here.
So is
don't-
that like brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, or brothers, or mother, or father, or
That part I don't really know. I think we're all siblings.
okay.
I don't really know where I came from. It's kind of a dragon and the egg situation. I don't know which came first.
Oh,
But I think we're all related. If not, clearly the same person.
okay.
So, yeah. Do you want to see
But-
my mum?
Sure.
Okay. Where is she? Oh yeah, of course she's going to be inside. Okay, we've got to go into a cave.
That doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, I know it doesn't sound good, but you know that's where she lives.
Okay.
I'll explain on the way. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Are you okay if I like walk upright, or does that freak you out?
No, you walk however you want, mate.
Okay. You see, he just begins to walk on his back legs.
Like a human.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my god.
He has a kind of like snake-like body, so he's kind of like wriggled around slightly. He does it for a while. Now I was just kind of fucking with you. It really hurts my back. So I see you're a bit freaked out, but don't worry. This is all kind of this is good. We're finally back to my home. I get to show you my home.
Yeah, but I don't know why we're here, and that freaks me out as well.
Nor do I really. Yeah, we should probably ask Mother. She'll know, or at least she might be able to help us understand
Okay.
what's going on.
Is your mother like nice? Should I be scared?
Yeah, I think she's nice.
Why did you take so long to answer that?
Well, I think you'll understand when we get there. It's a little difficult to explain.
Oh, okay.
You kind of need a visual.
Okay.
Yeah? All okay? Still ready to go?
You can climb on me if you don't want to walk.
Oh, to be honest, I didn't want to ask. So it's really kind of you. And then he just kind of like coils around your neck. My back. This whole like thing that I've got going, it's really not working out. I've got a long torso. My spine is just killing me. And my legs are too small.
You have wings.
Yeah, but they only like proc up a part of my body. The rest of it just drags. It's not very healthy. so I try to avoid it if I can. But I don't mind doing it for you, so
Oh.
you can always ask me to fly.
Oh, okay. Is it just this way?
Yeah, just into that really bright, large cave. And as he kind of points to it, you just see this beacon of light emerging from just this descent down. Don't worry, we can jump.
Would it be rational to think I could make that jump?
You look down, and it is just so bright, you don't know how far it goes. It's kind of like looking into the darkness. It's just the opposite, and you cannot tell how far it descends.
Are you gonna catch me if I fall?
I don't think I could.
Yikes. Okay.
Fine, come on. And he just kind of leaps off of your shoulders and kind of has his arms out as he does.
I'll jump?
Okay.
Am I gonna regret this?
You jump in and down. The light just continues to shine through. As you descend, you begin to feel that light has a warmth to it, a radiant warmth that is very familiar to you, something that you had felt quite a while ago. But it was strong enough that it left a large impression, an impression that still sticks with you today. Falling down into this light, the kind of edges of the cave just fade away. You don't even see them anymore. The light is just overbearing in some instance. And as you continue to plummet and plummet, you do not feel as though the wind is rushing past you, but you are just descending with a guided hand. Continuing to fall and fall, you eventually find that space around you is almost free-flowing, that gravity doesn't seem to obey the same laws, and you find just your hair beginning to kind of rise up the two pigtails, whilst you see Mushu just kind of look around, not using his wings, but floating around you. We're just got to go that way, closer to the light. You okay?
Yeah,
You sure?
I think. Well, yeah.
You don't need any sunglasses? You okay? Sure.
Am I fine?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're not affected by it.
Okay. No, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. Then let's go. You don't have to like use your arms. Just use this. Use that. And he taps your head.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go forward, just think about it.
I'll
You
think
know?
about going forward.
You begin to think about going forward, and you begin to push forward into this gravityless space.
Oh, that's so cool.
As you continue to float around, Mushu guides you to the kind of central point of where this light is emitting. And as he does, you begin to see some kind of structure around, some kind of edges to like a circular form and prongs rising out from it. You see something is held in the very center where the light is emitting, holding out to these two kind of edges and holding onto them tight. You see this draconic woman, tall, large, dragon in kind of body and stature, with a coiled tail that rises up and kind of descends downwards. But there is also a humanoid element to them, to where they have humanoid features, less monstrous and more dragonborn sort of style. She holds on to these two sides, and you see the light is just emitting from beneath the scales themselves. This entire radiant light that you're seeing has been pushed out from her. She holds on to the sides, as you see no response to your presence, no reaction, but this person is held still in the very center. The form and size of this dragon is very large, larger than many dragons that you've seen or come across, or even some buildings. They hold on tight, but you find yourself floating in front. Mushu just looks around and kind of has his eyes trained on the large dragon. This is my mother. She doesn't really talk much. She's kind of always here.
Okay. So why are we here?
What
You said
else?
she'd know, but
Well,
you also said she doesn't talk. So
yeah, so I was gonna try and poke her a few times and see if she would start talking.
go ahead.
No, you can do it.
Hello.
You begin to like say hello. You see Mushu begin to get closer, and he becomes like a speck in comparison to this dragon. And you see he begins to kind of like tap against the side with his claw. Hello? Hello? Anyone home? You try and try. I'd like you just to roll a charisma check, Miss Seeley. Okay. You begin to speak out, tap towards her, and you get no response back. She's probably really tired. She's
Okay.
always here. Sorry, I thought she might be able to help us.
I'll try again, but in Draconic, because I figure Cal has taught me how to say hello.
Mm-hmm. Sure, then I'll ask you to roll again.
Charisma?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
The rolls have not been here today. Oh. You
Don't be that down. It got one better, you know. That's
going
an
up by one.
improvement.
As this is all kind of going place, you're speaking out. I'm sorry, Miss Celia. I think she's just really busy at the moment. There's a lot happening back home. She's quite stressed out at the moment, and I think she's just a bit elsewhere, maybe.
What? Can you just try, maybe?
Goes up to the side. Hey, Mum. You there? Can I don't know. I think we're not supposed to be here. So if you could help, that'd be really appreciated. You look really good today, as well. Have I mentioned that?
Oh. Oedipus, is that you? Sorry.
As he keeps saying that, you watch as her form almost diminishes in light for a moment, and you see she kind of flickers in this state. She tenses up, and then she kind of loosens again as the light brightens once more. I think she's going through a hard time at the moment. There's a bit of a conflict happening. She's a bit focused there. I can't really help, and I don't know what to do.
So how do we get back to like the others?
I don't know. I thought she'd be able to help, but I don't. As the two of you are questioning, you see as one of the hands on the side of this device that she's holding onto lets go. And she reaches out down in front of you. I'm sorry I can't be here at the moment. My eyes are elsewhere. A light filled with hatred is trying to overpower that of hope. I'm sorry I cannot help you. But I know that you're not supposed to be here. Your friends, they are in need of your services. They aren't troubling. They're in hurt. I sense a force, not one that they should face. You must go there. You must help them.
But how do I panic?
You see, she just reverts back to her spot, almost like a statue going back into her place. Her words seem to fumble as though she is distracted, but as she says those words, help, hope, find your friends, you see Mushu just look down at himself. Whoa, 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 what's happening? Maysili, as you look towards Mushu, you see that now he begins to glow that same bright divine light as the rest of those pseudo-dragons were moments before they shot off into the sky. I think you got to hold on.
I'm gonna hold on.
Okay, and you kind of grip onto Mushu, and in the split second as you hold, you find yourself almost completely engulfed in light, like a bubble of light surrounds you, and you shoot out of the cave, leave the dragon behind as its light shines out, and you just course away. You see all of those other planets that were in the sky, you shoot past them at an incredible speed. Where you originated from, you see this large, beautiful green planet where there is a hole emerging from two sides and a burning light which was shining from the dragon just emerges from both sides. But you continue to fly away. You continue and continue to fly at an incredible speed as all of these beige starlights just become blurs, shooting past you. As you grow quicker and quicker, like a bullet flying through the sky, I'd like you just to roll a perception check.
No more rolls, man. I can't do this. I'm gonna start crying. Oh, just
There
kidding.
you go. 19. As you fly through an incredible speed, for moments in this flight, you can see images just appear. You see large orbs, planets that are covered in a beige sort of wash of light. You also see there are airships flying around these spaces, these planets in orbit, essentially spacecrafts just hovering around. As you continue to fly, you see many of these ships together in fleets and armadas moving throughout as that light, that beige soft light, continues to follow behind and almost bolsters this force, creating large shadows that make this very intimidating sort of look to them. But you fly past, and as you keep flying, you eventually see almost this point between two spaces, as though two forces are being pushed together, but between them, a fine line of white light just continues to break across the horizon, and you aim straight for it. The white light grows wider and wider and wider as you push through, and only lasts for a second as you're in the white light, push past, and now you see the stars are of the same bright white that you're used to. You see the cosmic powder that lays within the sky, and you just continue to fly past it. Orange, green, purples, just pushing past astral dust as you find your way closer and closer to something that resembles maps and home to you. And before you know it, you grow closer and closer, and then the light just grows bright, and you find yourself pushing through shadow, just like a fist through a boxing bag, just going through pallet after pallet after pallet, pushing through shadow that is trying to rip away and tear into this light, but you hold on to Mushu tight and break through each one, eventually finding your way into a space where your allies are. Where would you like to land on the map?
Is there? Oh, sorry. Apologies. Is there a place that I have high ground where I do have high ground?
Yeah, so there is an overhang, like a sort of bridge in the middle here, and you also have a kind of tiered system to the right and the left.
Oh, how the fuck do I do this? Uh, Wait. No, I don't know how to do this.
So you tell me where you'd like to land, and I can drag your character across.
Like on the ledge behind Helen?
Sure, yeah. So around here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. You, in a beam of white light, shoot down just above Helen. The rest of you just see this line of white light for a moment, very thin, just grow larger, and then a cylinder, a column of energy just shoots down like a beam, a radiant beam. As it does, you all watch as the one next to Helen, the shadowy entity, is almost engulfed in this same radiant light. And you watch as his form just completely turns to dust. Just and he just fades away completely. Macili, you arrive in a shot of white, but you still have your turn. So what would you like to do as you start your initiative?
I am gonna hex the big monster.
Okay.
The big guy. I'm gonna hex him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do what I call a pro gamer move, which is Eldritch Blast.
Okay, perfect. So the big guy, light emerges, he turns around, ugh, and then you just hex an Eldritch Blast in the same motion. Go for it. Mishu is beside you as well, so he is also available to act if you'd like.
Yep. Oh, come on. Let me do this! Oh. Oh, nice. I rolled
25 hits.
Uh,
You have two of these.
Yep. So 12 plus. I don't know how to add hex to that. damage? Wait,
I think Hex is. What is Hex? An additional.
it's d6, but I don't know how to like just add it.
Ah, don't
as-
worry. You can just roll a d6 separately.
When you click on roll damage, it tells you there's like a thing where you can type stuff in, and if you just put 1d6, it will roll it as well.
Alright. So the first is 16 damage, and I'll cast it another time.
Go for it.
I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast another time.
Mm-hmm.
That's unlucky.
Oh,
And that one. That is unlucky. You just kind of catch him. Oh no, you actually have advantage on these attacks. Sorry, he fucking reckless attacked. I forgot to mention that. So we'll say that was your first strike. The second one, roll at advantage. 14 is just a hit. So you hit.
Oh, we take those. It's 15 plus.
15 plus 1d6.
That's
So 19. Very good. Yeah, so you just fire these two Eldritch Blasts in his direction. As soon as you land in this bright light, as well, in this bright light, you see a lot of the shadows begin to push away, and you can see that the individual that kind of hid themselves before is now visible. So you can see him just on the other side of you. Anything else you'd like to do?
where the fuck is he going?
the
Where's he going?
So I didn't see the shadow person, or the fuck even is that?
Yeah, you see him. You see
I see him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Mushu attack that one as my bonus action because I have this shit.
Okay. You did use your bonus action to hex.
Oh yeah, just kidding. I didn't do anything. Just kidding.
But Mushu just kind of looks to you. Okay, yeah. I'll do that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. After your turn, it is actually this guy's turn. He is going to rush up beside you, and in this kind of sink into the shadow, reappear by your side, is going to try and lash out with several punches in your direction, Macele. So, let's get that sheet up once again. And it's going to be 3 attacks. Okay, that's definitely not going to hit. A 13. I guess 13 doesn't hit you, Macele.
I'm muted. It just hits me.
No, it doesn't. As a reaction, I use my concussive shield. Let's see. I get to shoot my concussive blast at the guy, and if I hit him, that adds another +2 to your AC.
Excellent.
Nice.
Now
Love to
you
see
can
that.
make a ranged attack roll, and I have no idea. Let's see. Okay. That is
The
plus
item
5
has
to
its
hit.
own.
Yeah. +5 to hit, which means that is 120 +5. There you go. I
Oh,
tried.
no.
Tell him be a miss, unfortunately. But does the AC still add or not?
It says on a hit.
Okay, so that doesn't. So that 13 will hit. The other one misses, so it's only 1 hit against you, Macele. And that is going to be... That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And as well, you will take 5 points of necrotic. It does its 3 attacks, 2 of them missing, and it will just kind of hold its position there against you. But not much else it can do. Helen, it's your turn. The one in front of you has just dissipated completely, and because you are so close to it, you watch as its body turns into this shadowy mist and begins to trail its way towards further into the cave. Brooke, you're muted, but it is your turn.
Ooh. Sorry. Okay.
No worries.
So this one's gone as far as we can tell. I think my forge is maybe not updated, but that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna see is I don't think there's anything I can do to like grab Callus after I'm actually grabbing him and dragging him over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reloading my forge quickly.
No worries.
It's already back. Yippee. Okay. Is it an action or a bonus action to switch weapons? I forget.
We'll say it's a free action.
Okay.
But bear in mind your Crimson Right won't carry over.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to move because that seems counterproductive, so I'm gonna pull out the crossbow, aim at the big guy, and take some shots.
Okay. You got advantage because he reckless attacked.
Oh. Okay. Attack. Advantage. Lovely.
That hits.
Bat. And then I'm gonna go again because I can ignore the loading property on my crossbow. Yippee.
Very nice.
Crossbow master. So it's still advantage, right? Because it's that's low. That's
And
not
that
great.
hits.
That hits?
Yeah, he's got AC of 14.
Barbarians, I forget. Those are not high numbers, but this is fine.
It's not a high number, but it's enough. You shoot the crossbow, shoot it twice, once on the side, and as it kind of reaches down towards Orin to try and grab him, you shoot off the other hand, and the body just continues to dissipate with the rest of it. The entire thing just turns into mist, and you watch it begin to pull away back to where the other one had gone as well, in the northerly direction of this cave.
Perfect.
Now you are left with 2.
Cool. I don't have anything good to do from my bonus action, so that's me done. I'm just gonna shout up at Maisley to get down here, get in, and get in here and point towards the massive glowing sphere of, I don't know, portal evil magic. We don't really know what it is.
Okay.
And that's me done.
After your turn, it is now the wizard's turn. You'll watch as he flies above Orin outside of the 15-foot range, and he's going to look down at the rest of you, hold out his hands together, begin to rub them into a fine red line, and you watch as a bead of condensed red energy is flicked down into your direction, and you watch as it just falls, and then explodes in a fiery burst.
But, Max.
Yes. This is suspected that I do not prepare for such events, and he cannot cast counter himself.
Wait,
What? You cut out.
You cut off!
Okay. He has a reaction himself, and you watch. You try and counter, and he just grabs that thread of energy, twists it between his fingers, and he counters it as his reaction.
Can I jump up as a free action to disrupt him?
Can I spit on him?
Spit in his face.
No, he's just over my AoE. If I jump up, I might hit him.
On your turn, if you'd like. But unfortunately, he has the spell slots to be able to cast Counterspell, and he will do so. So, unfortunately enough, unless you have... I'm sorry, Marie, but unless you have, like, Subtle Spell or something along those lines that he can't interact with, then
Nope.
the counter will go through. Okay. Then I will need all 4 of you to roll dexterity saving throws.
Ouch.
Cal, you will gain some benefit from having half cover, but the rest of you will take the full brunt. So dex saves, please.
No, for fuck's sake!
Go. Like,
I'm not surviving this one, guys. I'm not surviving it. I see it. I see it.
Oh god.
I just arrive at like and see like the corpses all around.
Yeah,
And just exit.
that's what it's going to turn into. Okay, and we just need one from Helen as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys.
No! Not you two!
How?
Good news, guys. I still have a level 3 spell slot for the Revivify.
Yay! But you'll have to pick!
Yeah, but
Do we have
a diamond?
Do we have a diamond?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Never
I
mind.
also have
forget-
mass healing
You
words.
can drag our corpses back to Hazar and go, Ayo, please revive them.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's a
maybe
good
I
idea,
get
actually.
blown through the portal.
But does this job come with life insurance?
Okay, so I'm just going to roll this publicly so we all know how much damage you're all taking.
Oh boy.
Macy,
I
you
don't like
succeeded,
that.
so you take half. Fireball is 8d6. And you all take 26 points.
I feel like it's in my best
Max,
interest
this-
to
Max,
figure out.
Max, this is fire damage,
I want
right?
you to know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want you to know. I have 20.
Oh.
I had 27 hit points. I now have 1.
It's a good thing you didn't roll 4 on your Crimson Right damage then.
I want you to know that I had 11 hit points, and only because I participated in a talent show on a fucking boat, I have fire resistance. So I'm only taking 13 of these damage, and I have a warning bond that allows me to reduce this by 1d6.
There we go.
So let's find out if I'm down or not.
Oh my god.
While she finds
I'm
that out, I want you to
okay.
know that I'm 1
1d6.
level away
I
from
am
fire
not
resistance.
down!
Okay,
I'm
so
not down!
after that large fiery blast, all of you are still standing. Some barely, some full-heartedly, but many of you barely. Ulrin, if you could roll a concentration check, so it's just Constitution save.
Against what?
This will be against the damage, so it's going to be DC
So-
13.
Yeah.
Because the DC set is always half the damage you take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
Nice.
So you still have your concentration up. All good. That is the wizard's turn. He's used his action. He used his reaction as well, so he can no longer counter any of the spells. And it's your turn, Ulrin. He is within jumping distance, but I might have to ask you to roll an acrobatics or athletics check just to see how well you can jump.
Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out if I have the jump spell. I don't. That's very unfortunate.
You're just going to WWE him.
Is he in range of my what's it called? Spiritual weapon.
No, because he's
can I-
flying 15 feet up. He's too far away from the kind of angle.
That's 20 feet, and I can move diagonally.
How far away? Fucking math. Jesus Christ. How does this work? So it's around here. It's 20 feet. At a diagonal, it'll be further.
Some
So
guy had some
Pythagoras.
theorem about triangles.
is it further? Is it further? I forget. Is it further?
But To be fair,
Yes.
uh,
Further.
I can move it here,
Okay.
which is also further than here. So I invoke
no.
the rules of bullshit.
You can get it on the horizontal plane, but going up at an angle you couldn't. You couldn't get it on top of here.
Also, we are doing the radius thing, not the thingy. What's it called? Not the box thing.
Oops. Stop
Um,
typing in this chat because it's like switches the camera to your character.
he's following everyone.
I'm sorry. I thought I was typing.
Because it's too much math and it's late and I don't know what the fuck's going on, we'll say roll a d20. If it's 10 or higher, you can attack the wizard guy.
Neat.
Not a mathematician, I see.
Okay, you can't attack the
No,
wizard guy.
Arna, god fucking damn it.
Okay, then I instead try to move it towards the other person.
Yeah, that guy's easily done. You can get within range of him.
I wanted to swat the bastard out of the sky.
I know.
Okay, then I attack the other one.
Go for it.
Let's see. Now I have to pull up the spell again. Where is it?
This guy hasn't been hit yet, so he's still full health.
That's good. That's a d20 plus wisdom plus proficiency, which is 3 plus 1. There you go.
And that hits.
Yep. And that should be. Was it a d10? No. Oh god damn it. Never mind, I have to pull it up actually. I'm just scrolling through my spells constantly. It's 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, so 1d8 plus 5.
The plight of a spellcaster.
At some point I will have this memorized.
No, you're good, mate.
But Leonie is about to find out how much I just wing it during our sessions. Anyway, that's 6 points of damage.
Yeah. You ring his head in with a radiant hammer. Very nice.
Okay, that's my bonus action. As my action, I will try to hit the guy flying above me with a guiding bolt.
Sure. Come on.
We're doing this.
Go get him.
Crit?
Yes! Hell
How does this always happen? Like,
Get him.
I don't know. I'll take it.
It's just...
it's so mad. So fucking mad.
Moradin's favorite child.
Yes.
And
Okay,
a guiding bolt
that's
as well. Oh my
46
lord.
and we double dice, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 86.
Oh, he just gives the fireball right back to him. Hell
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Budget fireball straight to the face.
You just collect all that energy that was dispersed into the air and just fling it back up directly above you. Would you also like to try and jump to see if you can get him in the radius of your spell?
Well, absolutely. Can I try to time it with him fumbling around trying to dodge the molten orb of metal?
Because it was a
I
nat
just
20,
flung at him.
I'm just going to give this to you because it's a nat fucking 20. He fails his saving throw on the wisdom
Neat.
very badly. So he's going to take full damage on this.
Okay, that's... What was it? 3d8. And another 12.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Coolio. Anything else on your turn, Ulrin?
Yes, I get to walk up to... Never mind, token collide.
Why is it
I want to move. I want to move here. Is that that should be in range with my what's it called?
Your radius.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that should be good. You should be able to reach up there. Perfect. Cool. After your turn, Ulrin.
Wait, that's another wisdom save for them.
Yeah, true. That's a nat 2. It's gonna fail.
Okay, want to take the
We'll just do the
12, or do I
12.
roll again?
Easier.
Okay.
What? That's half of what it could be. Okay.
Could be worse. Do you want to take the risk?
Yes.
Do you want to take the risk? Do you want to roll?
I absolutely don't, but
Ah.
since Leonie insists, this is me proving to her that this is a terrible idea.
So
Okay.
what?
I stand corrected. We have improved, my friends.
Oh my God. So whenever an option like this comes up, always choose roll a reroll.
Yes.
Yes.
'Cause it's always going to
Also, can I just say I did exactly 1 more damage than the fireball, then 1 more damage than the
I
last.
know. You're just really showing up these fuckers. Oh. Now, Axon. Axon. In the moments of the curse, when it was being lifted, you, just like everyone else, felt your spirit pulled away. But as you were being pulled into another space, you didn't see your corpse be left behind. You instead traveled as one. Your entire being was just jolted backwards. You had seen nothing around you except for the crick pod that you had taken the curse away, just grow smaller and smaller in just the edge of your vision. As you're being pulled back, you find a moment where the surroundings, this kind of shadowy landscape that is just constantly shifting like a water. You see trails of red, crimson just begin to accent across, begin to add in some areas. As you continue to fly, dragged, you see more of these red lights, like cuts in the dark shadow. Red, more red. Like wounds opening up. As more of these are added, you feel as though you're being pulled to these different openings around you. What do, Axon?
Well, can I do anything? Like, if I'm being pulled,
Yeah,
I
well-
don't think that I can. Like, I don't know, if I'm going into that like cuts, I would try to look into it and like see what's inside. Like, I don't know. Would try to, of course, avoid touching it. But if it's unavoidable, then I'm not.
Okay.
You know.
Then I'll ask you to roll either a perception or investigation.
Before.
Okay. As you're being pulled between these different cuts as you fly further, the reason these resemble more cuts now is because you can smell what's like iron in the air, like blood is being pumped and thrown into the just general area. As well as you see these new cuts being made, you can't see the other side of it. It's like they just appear, but something creates them. Something pushes through the shadow, and as soon as it makes that cut, that fine red line, you can see the edge of some blade just appear. Hundreds of these cuts just continue and continue to form, some larger, some heavier gashes. And you find that pull and twist and turn as a new cut is made beside you. The pull is so intense that your trajectory is completely just shifted and you find yourself plummeting into this cut, this wound. You find yourself in water. You in a heavy, thick body of water, and you cannot breathe. You see above you light. You see below you darkness. What do you do?
Well, I just wanted to correct you, as I can hold my breath up to 1 hour, so I don't need to breathe. I'm partially amphibious.
Fuck you. Fuck what I said. Forget what I said. Where
Oh,
would you
yeah.
like to go?
Yeah, you can breathe underwater for up to 1 hour. Yeah.
God damn it. Fucking Falcons, man.
But yeah, well,
Christ.
yeah, but yeah, we'll look like at darkness, like below me.
Mhm.
Try to like distinguish if there is like any movement there,
Okay.
and
Um,
yeah, if there will be, I will try to slowly but surely reach the above the water.
Sure. Staring down below, we'll use the same perception check you had. You can see elements of the water is thicker in areas, clumped together like solid masses of like congealed blood. The entire space that you think, or at least you feel like you're in, is almost like a large pool of just blood. Some areas are coagulated and stuck together. You can see odd bits of kind of stringy mess just stridden around. But down below, you can see there is, within the kind of dark shadows of the base of this pool, lake, whatever you find yourself in, you see that there is something deeply embedded into the actual floor, the bed of this water.
Does it resemble something that I already seen in my dreams, or like can I distinguish the shape?
You can see what looks like a hilt. Yes.
Yeah, then I will again slowly, without any sudden movement. Like I will try to then, but instead of going outside like of the water, I will then try to swim like carefully towards the hilt.
Okay. You begin to swim down. As further down you go, there is this almost intensity, like pressure. Atmospheric pressure is almost pushed on you, stronger than it should. You're not swimming far, but there is a weight in the water that is thicker than and heavier than regular, just water in general. You get closer, and with your innate ability to hold your breath for an hour, you're able to reach down to the bottom, and you see the hilt rising out of a congealed mess of vines that hold it together. You only see the hilt at the top, though. The rest of the blade, or whatever this is just held and unseeable. It's just hidden away.
Okay. I believe I cannot cast any spells because I cannot use the verbal component there.
Unless there's one that does not allow it.
What do you mean does not allow without the verbal component?
Without needing one, yeah.
Yeah, I only have 2 of those spells, and those are quite. I would avoid using them.
Okay.
Because it. Yeah, well, but I will try, of course. You said it's like surrounded by the blood, and I will like reach sharp object somewhere in my sleeve. I will cut like my finger with like to like get a few drops of water, and I will try to form those like drops of blood, of my blood right now, as some like, I don't know, like darts, but with the bludgeoning tip, and try to like at least like not remove, but at least like hit the hilt to, you know, set it free, or to put it
So
on
you
the
begin to
side.
create like darts or kunais out of blood, small daggers to then cut through the elements that hold this weapon in place.
As I can create actually 2 of them, I would like
Mhm.
try to aim to remove those vines, at least like the biggest part, and the second one is to, you know, to hit the hilt from the side, you know, to set it, you know, going somewhere like upwards and to the side.
Perfect. Then for this, I will ask you to roll a spellcasting ability and just the general athletics check.
18 and
Nice.
athletics. That's 9.
Okay. You kind of ground yourself in the best position you can. You create very sharp weaponry to begin to dissect, cut away elements of these vines that hold this weapon in suit. You grab the hilt, you begin to strain to try and loosen it, pull it free, but you're struggling. You're having a hard time. Just roll a intelligence, or if you're proficient, arcana check.
Intelligence, but it's the same. I have 13.
Grabbing onto the hilt, feeling the angle, you were trying to pull it up and straight out. The blade is curved. The blade has a curve to it, which seems to be hooked into the very bottom. Perhaps there is some soil or stone that is in the way. Using this, I'll allow you to roll the athletics check again, just to see if you can wedge it now knowing this.
I don't know, can I give myself a guidance for this one, like using the same like arcana skill, like, you know?
Does guidance require verbal?
Yeah, let me check. That's actually good. Yes. And
Okay.
I think
I will allow you to, but you will lose some air as you try and say the words to create this incantation.
how much minutes will I
You don't
lose?
know.
Well, if I don't know, then yeah, it's too risky, because if I would know, then yeah, I would go without. Then
Okay.
oh, that's
Wow.
still it's 19.
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
You make an educated guess. You lean into that guess, and with the cuts you made before to the vines below, you almost pivot the entire thing, lever it with your weight, grip your feet beneath some vines, and just pull it free. As you do, you find that you pull free this almost silver looking sickle with a barbed end to the kind of tip of it. But there are areas in it, flakes of sort of a reddish rust. Doesn't look like rust because this sort of weapon doesn't look like it can gain rust. There's some sort of enchantment imbued into it, which leaves it timeless. This seems perhaps purposeful. As you pull it free, you see the vines below begin to break away. Some of them just begin to rise up, float to the surface, disconnect, break away completely, crumble into pieces as you have broken away some sort of tether, the epicenter of where all of these vines were kind of emerging from. And as you pull it free, you see the vines fade away, destroy themselves, as well as the water no longer carry that heavy red, sanguine sort of look to it, instead become clearer, visible, see-through. And you can see the sky above through the kind of top layer of the water.
Put to the side the sickle, and I mean to my belt,
Mhm.
and try If there are still some vines left, I'll try to avoid them, of course, to not get entangled. But then I will try to reach the surface and to look around if there are any, I don't know, like exits of the water. If I am, at least like to get the feeling where I am right now, and if I can exit the water.
You emerge, break the water above. As you kind of float around, you see that you're not in your normal space. You seem to be somewhere which is slightly darker in tint in the general surroundings. Perhaps it is in the evening time. But then you begin to realize, actually, no, there is no sun here because there are large, jagged rocks that overhang above. The entire surroundings that you find yourself in are almost clay in nature. There is a large amount of broken rocks that are jagged in style and natural forming. Roll an Arcana check.
Yeah. Really good at those, yeah.
The space is unfamiliar to you, but as you rise up, you notice that what you are in at the moment is the seemingly only body of water in this entire view that you have. And around this kind of lagoon, this lake, you see that there are many creatures that are turned to stone. Now, you've seen these things before. They aren't statues, as bushes and branches are rising out from them. They have all been strucken with this crimson rot. You see what looks like elemental creatures of earthen nature, all being swarmed and overtaken by grass, by living matter, as they are just frozen there in time.
Well, I will try to reach the shores and try to exit the water and look closely to what, like from the first look, would be the most recent animal or like creature which turned into the barked land.
You examine one of them and you see that they have features that are jagged, rough, hard, and the bark is now pushed out from them. There is no humanity, no entity left behind. They have been completely overtaken by the crimson rot, and it looks like they've been in this state for a long time. You're not able to guess how long precisely, but quite a while.
It would be enough for me to at least know that it was not recently, not recent.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Well then, is there any exits out of this area, or do I see
You look
any
around, and
light?
from what you can tell, this entire space seems to be almost cordoned off. But you see there is a red light to your right-hand side. You see this slight swirling pattern embedded, etched into the stonework of one of the kind of cliff sides here. A similar one that you've seen before, etched in the tavern. 2 of them, to be precise. As well, when you would delve deep underneath and fought back the singularity where your foot had fallen into. A similar red spiral that you've seen before is there. But this time, you see your sickle by your side almost resonate in the same frequency and has some sort of affinity with each other.
Interesting. I will take it sickle look closer to it and put a bit closer to that spiral if it will like react or do something.
You grab the sickle and you feel it pulled directly forward, and you just feel the hand movement follow the spiral pattern, and you push into the center point. As you do, you find yourself walking through the stone, and you emerge in a place which is dull and grey in color, and you see your allies, you see shadowy entities, and you see the aftermath of some sort of fire explosion as you are now joining this fight. As it is your turn, you see your allies are currently fending off against these shadowy creatures. And for this purpose, I will ask you, Ilya, where would you like to appear? You can appear at any of these red swirling portals except for the one in front of Helen.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, well, I would just like for the how much is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will roll a d6.
Okay.
Just d6. Okay, it's interesting. It's 4. So it's 1, 2, 3. I would say I would be here.
Perfect.
Somewhere.
Okay. So you emerge with the sickle in your hand, just kind of like looking around. But you see that your party are currently fighting back these shadowy beasts. And you are able to act.
But I'm not able to drag myself though.
Oh, I'll do that for you, don't worry.
Card, to the map. Yeah, okay. And it's all talking. Just so you
Don't
know,
worry.
I updated, but it's okay. So and like I'm like after exiting, I'm like a bit dazed, and I'm not quite sure. What do I see like this figure here right next to?
You see he's
Macelia?
just finished punching Mace Sealy in the side.
Oh well. Yeah, then like still a bit dazzled, and still like I have some blood dropping from my hands. I will like almost like pick up some blood in the like which will hang in the air. Spin my hands around them, and like it will be like two short and like needles, and I will try to pierce that guy, casting like a blood cards, so to say.
Go for it. I'll give you advantage because you just appeared, because he didn't know you were coming.
Range. Well, attack. Okay. So advantage then. Oh, it's a natural 20, of course.
These guys have been so fucked.
Yeah, but it's
How
it's
many is that
not,
this
like-
session? Like 5?
Too many.
oh, it's 17. Like,
That's the exact fucking HP he had left, dude.
oh well. Did I say then? What range is it? 60 feet. Can I like target to that? The second one to.
Yeah, sure you can.
Oh
Yes,
wait,
big
it's...
L.
no, it's one. It's one.
Okay.
It's just one.
One instance of damage. Gotcha.
Yeah, I believe it's just
17
doubles,
points of damage.
It doubles the damage.
Perfect. But yeah,
Should
but
be.
you kind of grab those elements of blood that were still kind of on you. You're still kind of covered in mostly blood. You haven't cleaned off completely. So you just kind of reach to those threads of energy and throw them out in a pepper spray. And it just gets covered through these needles, disappears into dust, and then fades away. Anything else on your turn?
No, as I will just like slowly but surely walk somewhere there if I can. Yeah.
Doing the slow guy badass walk. Okay, cool.
As long as
alright.
you don't have any chairs this time around, you know.
No chair to sit down. Cal, it's your turn. This guy
Well,
has guiding light all over him, so you have advantage on the attack if you wanted to try and hit him.
oh, I did wanting to try. Yes, I want to try and hit him. But I'm wondering what I can do to make it worse. Sadly, I can't shift and Hunter's Mark in one turn, which is sad. So I'm just gonna Hunter's Mark him again.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was so rude to interrupt me last time. By hitting me. Twice. Okay, let's go. Oh wait, you said I have advantage.
You do, yeah.
Let me roll that again.
Let's make it one last nat 20. Okay, 23 is good enough.
23.
How much damage?
That is 10.
And
But I get a second attack.
go for it.
I don't want to miss this guy. Because he's able to throw back stuff, and if it does that, I'm dead. Oh, with advantage. 29! That is so close to another crit! God damn it!
It would be just a singular roll this time because Guiding Bolt's only for the first strike, but a 19 naturally still hits.
Yeah, the first one was still the 19, so.
Yeah.
And that is 8 more points of damage.
How would you like to kill him? He's the final one.
Just,
Go for it.
you know, peeking out from behind the cover that Cal has taken and, like, looking horrible. Like, his clothes are singed, he's bleeding all over, and he's just, like, vaguely aiming to the correct direction, and then he just, like, seemingly by pure luck, 1 eye, 2nd eye, 2 arrows. Done.
Both arrows shoot fire, bang, go straight through him as they create a void in his stomach, and he just crumbles away in the same fashion as the rest of them, and all of them are dragged further down this corridor. Reunited, all of you back together again in this very strange environment. You plan on where you'd like to go next, but before you do, we will have to end the session there, and you guys can plan what you'd like to do for the next session. Since it is late, we've gone over, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, catch you next time.